Alright guys, what's up? We are going to do a Dark Chamber level 5 solo today. I've been waiting for quite a while to do this video. I have a bunch of potions set up and I cannot wait to hammer this out. I got one shot at this, so I gotta make it count. Otherwise, I won't be able to do it for another long period of time. So hopefully I can make it happen today. So let's get in. I'm gonna show you guys some setup as well as what I'm gonna be doing in my profession. I have some upgrades I need to do, so we're gonna cover all of that as well. So definitely take a look, and we're gonna get into this fun video. Dark Chamber 5, gonna be awesome. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you guys is what I'm gonna be doing potion wise, and this is why I have one shot at this, and this is what you basically need to have to be able to do a Dark Chamber 5. I did a Dark Chamber level 2 soloed basically a couple months ago, and since then I've upgraded my profession a lot, upgraded my potion storage a lot, so I can do a Dark Chamber 5. I just barely made it when I did the Dark Chamber 2, so this is basically the setup I think I'm going to need in order to complete it. So I have 8 wit sharpening potions, and again, that's for the elite opponents. You don't need a ton of those, but you need a handful because there's a handful of elites in the video, or not in the video, in the chamber. So you're gonna have to make sure to have a few of those. Then I have 32 potent simulo potions. I've been saving those up. You want plenty of those, as well as plenty of healing potions. I actually ran out of healing potions last time, and I barely made it. Literally, I came down to like 10 XP or something like that, and just barely snuck it out because I had no more healing potions and I was at the very end of the chamber. So I needed a bunch of healing potions. So I've basically waited to do this until I could stack up a ton of healing potions and potent simulo potions. So that's what I'm going to be going into this chamber today with, in terms of what I have. I don't necessarily need a bunch of invigoration drafts for this. For some professions you may need that. I start with 4 as a auror, and that's plenty. I get enough throughout it to have enough for my skill set, for my basic skills that I need to put on enemies. So I should have enough there, and it's mostly about those potent and simulo potions and those healing potions. So that's what I have in my bag for it. So let's dive into what the profession looks like now. Okay, so diving into the profession, I'm gonna first grab some more spell books. Recently I completed 3,000 strategic spellcasts, and that gives you 15 spell books, which is absolutely epic. So I'm gonna collect those because I'm definitely gonna want and need that for my profession upgrades. And I actually have a lot I've been saving up to do this. You guys should see I have over 1,100 scrolls and over 70 restricted section books, and now I have over 100 spell books. So time to upgrade the profession. I'm gonna start with some of the basics because they're low in terms of the amount of spell books I need, so I want to start there. So right here we're gonna have stamina increased by 15. I'm gonna grab that. Then I also want to grab for 10 upgrade proficiency power by 10%. That's actually a huge increase, so I'm gonna grab that one as well. And then I also want to grab this proficiency, which is another 10, so I'm gonna grab that for 14. And then I also am gonna grab the defense breach. So defense breach is not actually a defensive basically skill set. It's actually an offensive or attack skill set, because you're able to break through your opponent's defense, so you're actually able to deal more damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that as well. So I grabbed those, and now I have 50 left to do. Now there's 2 options. I could go with proficiency power, which would be also extremely helpful, or I can go with regular power, and I think I'm gonna actually go with regular power. That's gonna serve me a little bit better during this entire level 5 Dark Chamber, because it's gonna give me power on everything I see, not just the aurors, or sorry, the dark wizards and Death Eaters. So if I go ahead and do power, that's actually going to serve me a little bit better, and I'm actually going to do this twice. So I'm going to increase my power by 7, which is huge. I only have 2 left until I am maxed out on power. So there you go. That is where I'm at with my profession. I actually only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more upgrades to do before I have completely maxed out my profession. So I'm a very high level ore doing this as well. So you may want to take a look at where your profession is at before trying a Dark Chamber 5 solo as well, but that is basically where my stats are. And I'll go ahead and also show you here. I have all of my specializations. I start with 4 focus, and then my stamina is 281, power is 92, Protego power is 32, which is basically how good my my Protego is, my defensive spell is. Proficision, my critical power is 101%, proficiency is 91, and then my defense is maxed out at 50. My deficiency defense is maxed out at 50. My defense breach is also maxed out at 32, and my accuracy is also maxed out at 15. So my defense is I'm actually completely powered up in defense, which is good for me because I'm an ore, so ores obviously take a lot of damage, so I did take a while to upgrade my defensive skill sets as well. So there you go. I ended up having 7 spell books left, and I still have 984 scrolls, which I should have more than that by the end of the Brilliant event, back to 1,000 at least, and then 70 restricted section books, which I didn't need any of, to which I don't need any more of actually for the ore profession as it currently stands anyways. So there you go. That's what my profession is. Now let's actually get into battling. It's time. All right, it is time to go into this chamber, Dark Chamber 5, all the way at the bottom. Now, I'm going to concentrate quite a bit while this, so I'm not going to necessarily give a lot of dialogue throughout this battle. Also, it's a fairly long battle, so I'll probably end up speeding it up for you guys, so you guys can see it a little bit quicker than the amount of time it actually takes me. Hopefully, a little bit shorter for you guys. Hopefully, I'll be able to actually complete it. And I am going to be also trying to make sure when I go in here that I start with a lot of things that I'm proficient against. So I'm also going to make sure that I'm proficient against the Dark Wizards as well as the Death Eaters. So hopefully when I go in here I find a lot of those. If I don't, I'm actually going to stop, get back out, and then go in again. I don't mind wasting a runestone. I just actually want to make sure I get through this. I haven't done a Dark Forest solo before on a level 5, so I want to make sure that I'm able to complete it. Which is why I'm going to do a little bit of extra care while going through this chamber. So that's what I'm going to be doing in terms of strategy on getting into this chamber. All right, I'm in Dark Chamber 5. This is going to be crazy. 17,444. I am so excited for this. This is going to be totally epic. I cannot wait to see how this goes. Wish me luck. I think I'm going to need it. So 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, so I'm starting with a Death Eater, I'm actually starting with a Death Eater that is a elite. Oh man, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna just jump in, we're gonna make it happen. Good, another Death Eater. Another Death Eater, that's good news. That's good, that's good, that's good. One more. Last one. It's crazy. It's crazy. I need a critical hit. Need a critical hit so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna do this. It's gonna happen. Just in case. Just in case. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is it right here. We got a couple more left. Couple more hits left and I got this. Oh, one more critical hit. Victory. Dark Chamber 5. Oh my god, I am so stoked right now. Dark Chamber 5 soloed as an Aurora. That is absolutely crazy. Oh my god. And we have 206 challenge XP, 10 family XP, and 1,224 character XP. That is awesome. You have no idea how thrilled I am right now. This is like blowing my mind. I've waited so long to do this. I didn't want to fail, and I completed. It was what, 9 enemies, and I had 1 minute left. I used potent Assimilative potions the entire time, which if I didn't, I don't think I would have had finished in the correct amount of time. I had plenty of potions though. I'm gonna go recap and let you guys know exactly, or just about how many I used to be able to defeat it as well, so that you guys know how many it took me. But that is absolutely crazy. I am like so thrilled right now at my profession and what I was able to do. Dark Chamber 5, I might have been able to do a rune stone level 2. That might have been pushing it. Like I said, the time is why you may not be able to make it. That, if anything, may be the biggest factor in this. So we're gonna get into a big, deep overview of this, so stick around. Definitely smash that like button for that victory right there. Smash it for me. And of course, comment, what do you think? How was that? Have you done a Dark Chamber 5 soloed before? Let me know your experience at it. What profession are you? What's going on? Would love to collect some information on that. So definitely throw some comments and smash that like button. And if you're new, you gotta subscribe for that. That was absolutely epic. So let's jump into the details of what the potions I used were and my overall summary for doing a Dark Chamber 5. Okay, so in terms of the potions I used, I started with like 32 potent Assimilative potions. So that would have taken me to, I must have used about close to 10. I think I actually started with 2 more because I claimed a gift. So I used about 10 potent Assimilative potions, and then I had 42, I believe, healing potions, which is what I used a lot more of. So that would have been closer to almost 20, a little less than 20 healing potions. So if you're an Aurora about that same level, if you get to about, I would say 12 potent Assimilative potions and about 25 healing potions, you should be able to conquer the Dark Chamber 5 solo. So that's the potions I use. Again, if you're another profession, you may want to have, especially like Magic Zoologist, you may want to have some more invigoration drafts in there so you can keep your the amount of focus you have at any given time higher, because obviously as a Magic Zoologist you get bonuses based off of having more focus. And then of course for a professor, you're going to want to be able to use those hex charms a lot, so you may want to have some invigoration drafts as well. I had plenty of focus the entire time, so like I said, I wasn't going to need any focus. I always had 2 focus at least basically for everything, so I was able to use the bonuses that I had very effectively without needing any invigoration draft. But like I said, if you're another profession, you're probably going to want some of that as well, so definitely brew those if you're another profession. So definitely keep that in mind. That's a really big point. Otherwise, that went really well. Again, I think for the most part, you got to have a high power, and you got to have a lot of, you got to basically like use a ton of potent Assimilative potions and use your damage correctly, because if you don't do enough damage, you're not going to make it in enough time as a solo player. It really comes down to the wire. So obviously, you know, if your defense isn't as high, you can have healing potions as well, but anything that's going to help you conserve time is really what you want to pay attention to during a Dark Chamber. So make sure that that's something you're thinking with if you want to attempt a Dark Chamber level 5. Time is key. So anything that, like I said, repeating myself, but anything that helps you conserve on time is going to be beneficial and going to help you beat the Dark Chamber 5. that was probably my biggest advice after battling it myself. And then of course you got to have a high profession. You're not going to deal enough damage. You're going to have to use a lot more healing potions and waste time going and using a healing potion. So definitely make sure you have a high enough profession. You're not going to be able to do this unless you have a high profession. But it's definitely something to look forward to, guys. If you are a newer player, it's a lot of fun doing these higher level chambers. But I will say this is not necessarily a great strategy to do on a regular basis. This is just like a fun challenge versus a good strategic thing to up your game, where you do get you get more challenge XP. It's a lot more beneficial to do this with other players. If you really want to up your challenge XP, you're going to need to get a group of players and do it together. As a group, you can get 1,000 or more, 2,000 XP from doing these fortresses if you guys are doing it as a group versus solo. So definitely the solo play is like fun, a good challenge as your individual profession. But if you're trying to get challenge XP, don't worry about doing the highest level chamber that's available and using a ton of potions. You're not going to be able to do a lot of them. It's not necessarily a great way to spend time. Obviously it takes almost 10 minutes to be able to do a dark chamber level 5 by yourself. So I would definitely recommend either doing lower chambers if you want challenge XP, or you get a group is the best way to actually do it. Get a group together and battle those tower chamber 5s together using level 5 runestones. Because that's the other thing. I did a level 1 runestone. If you were trying to do a level 5 runestone, you're going to have a ton of difficulty doing it. It's going to increase and multiply that difficulty level by a ton. We probably would have seen more elite foes, maybe more Acromenalas, which are an absolute pain for me. Acromenalas are the worst. They have a ton of XP and they do a ton of damage. Probably the most difficult, at least for ours, the most difficult enemy to face because of the amount of damage and the amount of basically health they have, stamina they have. So you're gonna have more difficult enemies, things like that. So that's my advice for doing a dark chamber. Definitely, if you've done one, a dark chamber 5 as well, definitely leave a comment. Let us know what your experience has been, any tips that you have as well, and let me know what you thought of the video. Did you have fun watching this? I hope so, because I was really looking forward to this video as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. So thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe to the channel and smash that like button for that one. Hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you guys later.